back today with another fun video. This one a little quickie with some interesting angles because I just didn't care today. Sorry, some weeks are better than others. This week I want to talk about my experience at Sex Down South that happened this past weekend, September 7th, no, it was, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Presented on the 8th with the wonderful Dr. Christopher Bellows, who I will link down below if you want to check him out. Also, later on in this video, I will insert some random clips that I took on Insta Stories. I told y'all that I was super active on Instagram, so I only filmed on Instagram because it felt like I only had time to Instagram instead of do like a vloggy vlog type of thing. So let me tell you what we presented on. We presented twice on Saturday. We were able to do a presentation about best practices in sex therapy, which was awesome. Seemed like the audience was super engaged and interested in knowing how to create change with their clients in that particular space and realm. Then we presented on, and I'm going to get the name totally wrong because I've just totally blanked on what the second presentation was called, but it was, for lack of a better explanation, the best way to teach sex education to adults. Yeah, I flubbed that one up pretty bad, but that was the gist. And I really liked that presentation because it wasn't like our first one, which was more of a lecture base with questions. This one, everybody circled up. We were able to all come together and talk about our experiences as sex educators and how we can best serve our communities of which we work, which I had been to Sex Down South before. And the first time that I went was mostly local people, local celebs, if you will, local people who were interested in sex. Then this time around, it was so fascinating to meet so many different people from all over the country. It was awesome. So it was really great to hear that insight and to learn a few things myself, even as a presenter. So the first presentation about excuse me as I burp through this thing, sorry. As I mentioned before, is best practices in sex therapy. We were able to kind of get into the meat and potatoes of what that looks like. So some of the interventions that we talked about were genograms, which if you're in the therapy field, you know that that is a glorified family tree with really in-depth information. It is super eye-opening for a therapist, for a clinician, but it's also eye-opening for the client as well, especially if they've never been asked specific questions about certain family members. It's super fun. We take it a step further in sex therapy when we talk about the sexual history of an individual, which is always eye-opening because how do we learn about sex first and foremost? From our family of origin, so it's always fun to include that. The other thing we talked about was sex timelines, which can be altered depending on whatever you're looking for. So if you're looking to just talk about relationships, you can focus on that. Sex stuff, whatever that means to you or your client, you can focus on that. I like to do it with couples too because then you can kind of see the history, maybe the history you never knew about. I don't know. But it was really, really fun and exciting just to kind of talk about the discovery that Chris actually did with his research, which was how do we know we're good therapists? It's kind of hard to measure, but if you put things in place like if you can quantify goals hit, if you can get client feedback, however it is as a clinician that means to you, you're able to then understand if you are actually doing your job or not. It's super fascinating. Like I said, his stuff is linked below. The second presentation, which I really enjoyed, was just talking about sex education in general for anyone that's 18 plus. So I was able to talk about my syllabus that I use at Kennesaw State University. If you're interested in looking at that, let me know. I'd be more than happy to email that to you. And just talk about the state of the union pretty much when it comes to sex education. So what does that mean? Like, we live in this world in the United States where we have a government that is super supportive of anything sex education. Just kidding, I'm lying. So it's kind of interesting to get into communities, to reach individuals that want education but maybe not sure what that looks like or how that could be, yada yada. So the conversations really revolved around how do we help populations that need the education but maybe are too afraid to get it. I really encourage anybody who is in the Atlanta area and beyond to look for Sex Down South next year. It's usually around this time, early September, early fall, if you will, and it is super exciting. Like-minded individuals come together to learn, to have fun, to explore. They had all kinds of presentations from fisting to, like I said, education, to how to work with clients, to how to be an advocate, how to communicate in relationships, to tell people what you want. Oh, it's just a really great and fun conference, and if you get a chance ever to go, please do. You will not be sorry. All right, enjoy the next few clips of our crazy day with Chris and myself changing the therapy game and changing the sex education game together. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, share where you need to share, and if you have any further questions, you can find me down below. All right, see you later. Take care of yourselves, and until the next video. Bye-bye. Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, whatever day it is, and we are going to Sex Down South.
8:30 in the frickin' morning.
And look who's back. Sunshine and rainbows. Christopher Bellows.
My face is puffy.
You know they have stuff for that. All right, what are we presenting on today?
Today we're talking about sex
education. You just gave me the side eye because I said that.
No, because it's like you're right next to me. Like, how am I not supposed to give you the side eye?
Oh, okay, hold on. We'll tell you what we're talking about in a sec.
Oh, it started. Okay. So we're doing current advances in sex education for adults, and then we're doing best practices in sex therapy, I think are the titles. I don't know.
At 10 and 2.
10 and 2. Yeah, that's where your hands go on the wheel.
Whee!
Yay!
It's gonna be a shit show, guys. We made it!
Yay!
Yay!
Why are we turning around like that?
I don't know. This isn't working very well. Alright, if you're at Sex Down South, let us know. If you want to see some more, let us know. We gotta cross the street now.
Here she is, doing pre-signed author editions of Dawn Among the Stars. She can't get enough of it. There's so much going on. Stop by here at the Sex Down South conference for the Karis book booth. Check out all these awesome books that they've got going on. Pick up your copy of Signed Dawn Among the Stars.
We're in the room. We're in 309 if you're here. Shamelessly self-promoting as I go. Therapy services and the book. Feels weird. Alright, first presentation done. It was awesome. I had to do a role play and I was the client. That was kind of weird and hard, but I think I still won the Academy Award. Next one up at 2 o'clock. So Chris, how do you feel post one presentation?
Oh, the presentation was great. The heat in Atlanta, I'm over. It's been a month. I'm done.
I thought the conference so far has been really fun. Met a lot of new friends. Hey, new friends. We're having a good time now at lunch. Great. He's done talking for right now. All right, Chris, what's our next presentation about?
Current advances in sex education for adults.
Yeah, so I can talk about my class, Love and Sex. Super excited about that. Here we go. Wow. What a good time at Sex Down South. The second presentation was fantabulous, having a great in-depth conversation about sex education in higher ed and out.
Yep.
Next video. Go again.
Oh, you were like, wow. Oh, wait, are we talking now? Is it going? Hi. Wait, are we? I still don't know what we're doing.
We're just talking about the conference and our experience, and we're sex celebs now, apparently, so that's cool. That feels good.
Okay. Yeah, so the last workshop was great. Lots of people came. We had lots of good conversation. And all kinds of good stuff happened.
Now we're going to have fun tonight, and stay tuned for part 2 of our reunited tour. Who knows? Whatever. Bye. All right, this is going to be a hard shot to have.
I don't even know. They're not even going to be able to see us. Hi.